morning, guys. How's it going? I got Hello Kitty PJs. These are kind of becoming my favorite as well, but oh my gosh, I had to take off my Peter Alexander ones that I got. Oh, the other day I had to take them off and I was like, oh, but they're so soft. Guys, if you're bedridden a lot and you have severe ME/CFS, which I have, myalgic encephalomyelitis, so I have a lot of issues with encephalitis in general, really, and my doctor talks about it all the time. And that, you know, when your brain, if it swells and things, it does weird things. And you know, myalgic, I think, represents the pain side of it, so I feel a lot of pain with my fatigue. Fatigue is not just tired feeling, is more than tired. It's not, tired is different to fatigue, and basically fatigue hurts, so that's the difference there. And look, don't say, oh yeah, I hurt when I'm tired too. Yeah, that's probably because you've been in the garden and you've done something, or you're moving house and you've picked up a box and you're exhausted and you're pushing yourself and using muscles you don't normally use. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, you don't really do anything different. You're doing your same regular days, but at the end of the day, you're really fatigued, even more than the fatigue in the morning, and you're in a lot more pain as the day goes on. That is pretty much chronic fatigue. And it might sound simple, but it's actually, I'd say that condition gets to you the most because day by day by day by day, you don't be part, it's like you're in a coma. It's like you're in a coma. A different kind of coma. So to anyone out there suffering that, I honour that, because that alone, I've got Twinq on a long list of diagnosis because of Twinq, because when you're missing genes, things kind of go a bit wrong. Funny, not funny. And but alone, ME/CFS is brutal to battle. So just want you guys out there, because it's the month of May, millions missing. Okay, put your shoes out your front door as if to say, I'm in bed. I don't get to live a good life because they can't be bothered doing the research and fixing us, or trying to give us treatments that keep you better, which they actually could do. Pardon me. It's all to do with our immune system. So if you have it, I would highly recommend you find out why you have an immune system problem, because I think there's a connection. I think when we all get something severe, viral, like I had glandular fever, and that kicked into my immune system, it's almost like a scarring. And I had, just in my last blood test, like I always get it off and on, recurring EBV. Epstein-Barr virus, which is glandular fever. So it could be something different for you, different infection, but it doesn't matter, it causes ME/CFS for some of us. For the rest of the population who are healthy, they get back to normal. Lucky you. So if you've had glandular fever and survived, you're lucky. I didn't. So yeah, today we have a visitor this morning, which is so nice. I like it. And then this afternoon, we're just catching up with some people that also live here, that we used to live with before. We're just going to have a coffee chat because we haven't seen them in ages, because they're on different floors. And it's like, I kind of miss him and his parents. So we're going to have a catch-up chat and just say hi, because it's been so long. And I just need to start, you know, since we've moved, I got the house sorted, had the art exhibition, so to make a lot of art, as you can imagine, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, my body didn't like it, but I liked it. So I've been really busy. And then, like, you know, having to go through all these hospital things, a lot of things have been delayed about my Twinq diagnosis, which is pretty disgusting, isn't it? Over 2 years since diagnosis. Which is why I find it really stupid that my kids are only just getting it now. It's like, it's a bit 2 years late, isn't it? But that's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Who needs respect anymore? It's just an old-fashioned thing. Oh dear. This generation, when their kids grow up, I don't know what they're going to be like, but I just hope they get better than what we did. Because guess what? Hey, us X-Gen, hey. Boy, did we survive some brutal times. Especially those of us that it went too far too. We're even more veterans. But that's not to take away from real veterans. Oh my goodness. Since Anzac Day, I had a second cousin because, you know, there was 3 of them, 2 boys though. But I was like, no, one of them's a girl. So we were like, we're girls, we're going to stick together. And we were second cousins. So it was like, you're not first cousins. So it's like, yeah, but you know, we're sticking together. And we told the whole family that. We're like, us together. We've got this. We're going to take on the world. The boys. We still ended up, yeah, stuck with them anyway. But you know what I mean. We had great times together. But her dad was in Vietnam. And suffered a lot. And I honour that because I saw his suffering and I saw the bullying of families around him, family members, including a doctor in the family, which should know better, but some people are just assholes, you know. But yeah, he suffered physically, mentally scarred from Vietnam, and so did his children because the Agent Orange. So that broke my heart. Just seeing that family go through that because I adored their family is what I'm trying to say. So yeah. So since Anzac Day, all I keep thinking about is these poor veterans. And then I'm hearing how homeless they are and I'm going, no. These people didn't choose war back then. See, this is the thing with, if you're a new generation compared to me, I'm an oldie. I'm 51. Basically, I know I don't look it. It's my loss, Dan loss. It's kind of a bonus. It makes you look 20 years younger. Winning. Not that I feel like I need that in my life. But anyway, basically, it's just war. So World War One, World War Two, Vietnam. And I can't say about the other ones because I'm not savvy on war. I try to think of pray for peace, that kind of thing. But they were conscripted. Sorry about that, neurology. And it's not the same thing. And I'm not saying that people that signed up who suffered don't deserve honour and respect as well. I'm just saying, imagine not choosing it. Imagine not choosing it. And imagine in World War One being so pushed by society that even though you're 17, you should lie and say I'm 18 to sign up to save your country. It just amazes me. It makes me really think about how far away we are from that. That's so selfless, altruistic, to now we've become this selfish society. And I think we all need to reflect on that. What's really important? I remember, I know it's a weird place to have that ponder, but don't you have those toilet moments where you just ponder and you go, I think I just had an epiphany. And I was sitting there. My wee's long, that's why. Fresh mind. But basically I was pondering the concept of like, I look around and I'm like, I've got all this nice stuff and modern housing. I'm thinking, shouldn't we be living self-sufficiently? Then we don't have to work as much. Families can be together more because, you know, children need both parents really. Like the Amish, you know, the boys go and work with the men and the girls go work with the women, and they just learn how to do work and they learn how to read and write from their elders, and it just flows and their life is just peaceful. Guys, in psychology, one thing that we were told is human beings are innately. I've had brain damage, leave me alone. Nice. No, but like we were born to be lazy. And probably the reason for a lot of death is the fact that we work too hard in the wrong ways. So what I mean by that is being physically active to the point where your body is strong and fit, that's fine. Being a triathlete or a marathon runner is actually unhealthy. Did you know that? I can vouch for this because I used to be a long distance runner. I'm telling you now, your body's not built for it. You shouldn't be doing it. It's actually bad. Dancers too. We shouldn't be doing all those things we're doing. It's bad. It's really bad for your body. And we pay for it later. I mean, most of us dancers who dance very intensely, you all know what I'm talking about. Your injuries are haunting you now, aren't they? We didn't know then. At least I know now. But people are still doing it. And, you know, your body's not built for that. Your body's not built for that. Mentally, physically, your body's not built for these, you know, signals from traffic lights. Your mobile phone's going off. The emails are popping. People are knocking on the door of your office and wanting to ask you questions, but you're on the computer looking at this screen. There's so much not norms. That, what does that do to our body? Well, it's not natural, meaning it's going to do something to our body, which means it's most likely going to cause stress, which could cause, you know, add to the cancer situation, which I don't think cancer is caused by just stress, by the way. So let's talk about health here. There's a trifecta: genetics, environment, and what your lifestyle is. There's 3 factors that determine your health. If you don't know that, by the way, any support workers, listen to this, please. This is part of my learnings of being a support worker at TAFE. For a whole year, I had to do it. I liked it. Anyway, so there's 3 factors. Your genetics. Well, look at me. Then there's your environment. So every country is different with what they're exposed to. Thirdly, your lifestyle. What do you do as a job? To what do you do as a hobby? Look at me with Resin. Is that causing me any harm? I don't know, but we certainly know that a certain product that I will not name, because I do not want to be sued, because I don't have the money. I don't think they want Hello Kitty in exchange. I think the judge would probably laugh at me for that. Anyway, even though she's 51 and she's iconic. But I'm just saying, there's a certain pesticide that they use, and the farmers' wives, and I can vouch for this being in country towns, the farmers' wives get cancer a lot because of the exposure to this chemical. Maybe a lot of gardeners out there, maybe that are gardening enthusiasts, need to be careful of this, because it's a fact. I really truly believe it based on my mother-in-law's cancers. I do. She was an avid gardener, and yeah. Chemicals, and even like some countries that have smog, then you've got genetics, because we are not, I know it sounds pathetic, we're not animals, we're not a purebred dog or cat that you go buy and you get the papers and you go, oh, that's the grandfather's name, and gee, they got a better family tree than mine. I don't even know my family tree. No one, my grandmothers never told me their maiden names. I'd love to know that, to honour their mothers and their fathers. I don't know. I don't know anyone's surname. Anyway, basically, like, we're kind of maybe a little bit inbreeding. I don't know. I mean, I know my genes are okay, thank goodness. You do need to, yeah. Anyway, 23andMe is kind of handy, even though at the moment they're gone. They're gone. But in the time of that, they're great for ancestry. I loved it. I really enjoyed using 23andMe for ancestry. Fantastic. And to just stir some shit up with some people. But, you know, yes, I think that ancestry, knowing for sure with DNA, is better than, like, tracking it, which, good on people that do that. I honour that. I think that people that do that are highly intelligent people that have a hyper focus And in families, just know you're all appreciated, you people, because you're doing the work for the whole family. But I'm just saying it's easy and quicker now with DNA. I used to be able to go on there and I'd get these messages. Hi, I'm your third cousin. Of course, they all live in London. I'm like, why do all my third cousins and stuff live in London and they're trying to connect with me? It's like, I can't catch up for coffee. I'd love to. I like ya. You look kind of cool. One of them was like sipping on a teacup and I was like, she's cool. I am addicted to tea. I am very come across like I'm from England because I'm always like mid-morning, I'm always like, cup of tea, where's my cup of tea? Afternoon, cup of tea. I feel like something's missing of my day. It's like skipping a shower or something, right? It just doesn't feel good. It's like, what's lacking today? Didn't have an afternoon cup of tea. It is a thing. It's a thing. And even the fruitcake thing and things like that, things I don't even like eating. I eat it because I'm just so used to it. It's routine. Autistics are weird. Oh my God, there's so many problems. We have so many problems. We do. We eat things we don't even like because it's familiar. It's like, but it's tea time. And when we were at Nana's, it was fruitcake. And even though I was like, and I'd sit in the fruitcake and try and pick out all of and I was dedicated to the cause, pulling out every sultana to the point where all I had was, and I used to have to squish the bunch of crumbs together, put it in my mouth. I'm like, oh, I think that was too much work for what I got. And my nana will just be like, if you do that next time, if you even start doing that next time, it'll be taken away from me and you won't be getting it. I was like, so the next time I had to, with the sultanas, or I should say raisins, in there and be like, and then I'm thinking, this one's got alcohol in it. And like, they say, oh yeah, so it's got like, whatever they put in it. You guys that do fruitcakes might know this stuff. I don't make fruitcakes, as you can imagine. And I'm like, saying to my family, kids aren't allowed to drink alcohol. This is, of course, when I found my voice and I'm around 11, 12 and I was a smart ass. Well, I wasn't trying to be. I'm legit. I'm like, I've just drunk alcohol. As if like the police are going to come and arrest me. I'm like, I'm not allowed to have alcohol. I'm a child. You're a bad family. I'm thinking I'm with a bad family. These are my grandparents. They're not bad people. God, I'm a bit dizzy after that. Sorry. I'm not doing well lately. And here I'm going into hospital. Yeah, good luck at keeping my heart rate up. It's going to drop. It's just going to go abort, I bet you. I don't know what's going to happen. Really worried about the next hospital stay because I don't think they're going to keep me in and do the procedure because I just know that. And it's a stupid way to find out what your heart's doing because they shouldn't be waiting, but they are. They're just waiting to see what my heart's going to do. And it's like, if it was in the 30s in sleep in the hospital and you kept rushing in and you're putting me under general, it's going to drop. So I'm very concerned. And everyone is. But, of course, everyone plays it cool to you, these doctors and things. But at the same time, I know the risks. They've told me how things will work. Anaesthetists are very good. Very smart people, actually. Very nice people, too. They're always very nice. But I guess they always want to be because they know you're going into a surgery. They know that they want you to be going in feeling okay, feeling safe, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm going under general, guys. I'm not going under Twilight. Unfortunately, hate general. Because I always feel I want to be sick when I wake up. And I don't like that feeling. And I know it's ironic because I've got gastroparesis, but with gastroparesis, it's a weird thing. Gastroparesis vomiting is you get the noisier separate to, well, with me, this is how it works. If I throw up what I've drunk or eaten because I've put in too much too quick. That's what gastroparesis is. You just can't put too much in too quick. It just bounces back up. And that's a different thing, though. You don't really feel it, as in it just does it. It just expels it. Compared to when you've got a bug and you feel extremely sick. However, if it's not doing that part of it, and you're just doing something like, but then again, it depends on what you're eating and drinking, doesn't it? Because I do notice that that's when I'm drinking and eating lightly is when it goes up and it's fine. Otherwise, it's not like that. It's actually really, the noise is intense when I eat like a big heavy meal. So say if I go in and have my sweet South African curry, even if it's just the mince, and I eat that because it's so heavy, my gut just goes, and then I feel noisier for 2 to 3 hours after that food, even though I've got under the tongue anti-nausea on Dyan's one, isn't it? I don't pronounce it wrong because you guys need to know if you want to get it. On Dyan's one, does it say? Where's my glasses? Hang on, let me get my glasses and look like this. Grab a. Oh my good. Oh wow, I can see. On Dan's Zitron. On Dan's Zitron. Dr. Reddy's? It's got like a heart thing there. That's weird. Sorry, I'm getting fascinated by all the things. Lot C22113232. Thank you to that row of people who did this. No, it's probably a machine. Anyway, expiry 9th, 25. Wow, I better get through them. Gee, they rip. Oh, sorry. Isn't that cute? I made that myself, and that's what I put them in. So, yeah, it's a lot. I go through about 4 a day. Now, with gastroparesis, good tips for that is take an anti-nausea before you eat. Then you'll be able to tolerate eating a lot more. You'll be able to get a lot more calories in. And if you eat something heavy, because you're in a social situation where you have to, put a Dansatron in your pocket, in your purse, near you, accessible, so you can take it. I take 4 to 8 milligrams depending on how much I ate and how much my stomach's going. Anyway, it's a horrible topic. Let's talk about something else. So, Willow, that's not stealth. Okay, I vote 5 out of 5 for that. But if you want some assistance, look at that. Oh, you happy? He's happier now. That was ridiculous. He thinks that's stealth. You know what? If we have an apocalypse, I'm doomed. Useless, the little one, he'd just run out there going, hi. Hi, everyone. Poor guy. Poor little Max would be like, on the pavement. I'm being so dramatic. I've been watching too many movies. But where is the world going? Let's talk about that. I want to know, where's the world going? I think we're going to hell. I think the Satan's got a good grip on here. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm like, hi. I am ready, but I'm not ready. So, like, I'll pack a bag and can you be waiting at the gate for me just in case I go, teleport me ASAP out of here right now. Although, let me just do a few things before. People, one thing I want people to know, say what you're always hiding. Do what you've always wanted to do. Even on those annoying days when you're walking into TAFE or uni, you're so exhausted because you've been up to 3 in the morning finishing your assignment, even though you've been working on your assignment for about, well, pretty much since the day you were given it. You're tired. And your kids were irritable that morning. You're trying to make them happy before they go to school. And then you go to uni, you sit down, and then your lecturer is a bit stressy, and you sit there. Try and think of one good thing of that moment. Like, you know what I miss? I miss TAFE in uni because I was there so much, because I could study with my disability so much easier than I could work, because the flexibility is so much more there. And I'm in intellect. I was addicted. The lecturers kind of got a bit sick of me, I think. I think they were like, oh, are you leaving? I mean, they were surprised because they were like, really? And they're like, no, we wish you well. And I said, yeah, no, I might come back. And they're probably panicked going, oh, shit, don't come back. I had a lot of questions. Anyway, I miss the smell of each season that I used to walk in those lecture theatres and sit down. I miss that. I miss the times when you go pick up your kids and they giggle to see you because they're so happy to see you. Standing outside of the school rooms, just wanting to, like, because you feel like you're saving them from these bad people, because school's always crap. Take them home to like a snack and some smiles and laughter and freedom, because school's prison. It's the simple things. That's just all it's all about. It's a bunch of simple things. That's the beautiful life. That it's not the time you went to Disneyland. It's not the car you bought that was like, oh look, I bought myself this fancy car. It's not that. They're not the bits you'll remember. You'll remember those little funny things that your kid might have said, or the giggles you've had with your partner on a certain holiday, or in a certain moment when something's going on, and you know, maybe you've had a lot of stress, and then all of a sudden you start laughing together about something stupid. I love that movie, you know, This Is 40, because I think that's quite an ex-gen parenting experience, if you want to know what we've experienced parenting. I think that's a good movie, because I think that movie really represents the weird and wackiness of ex-gen us raising kids, right? Coming from boomers. And it's just weird, because you just start laughing in one moment, or you book a hotel room because you're just like, I was going to get away from those little shits. Just, fuck, you know, bust my ass for those fuckers. You know, just keep giving me shit. Hate you, mum. You know, those little moments when they get to that age where they don't mean it. They don't mean it, but they're just like, they challenge you. Boy, do they know your flaws and use them against you. Okay? You think the toddlerhood's hard? Wait till you get to the other bit, the teens. Because they're brutal. Brutally honest. Which is good. It does help. I think self-improvement's fine. But it is. It's pretty brutal. And but anyway, I remember we bought our first house. We all sat on the floor where the dining room was going to be, and ate dinner. Bloody uncomfortable. Just moved in. This is after, 2 weeks of painting. I got painting poisoning. Chemically sensitive. Anyway, these are the things you think about. How weird is that, right? That's the type of stuff that you remember. Is the weirdest little memories matter more than all these stupid, Christmas crap, Mother's Day crap, Father's Day crap, materialistic crap, the brand new car you bought and whatever year you bought it and it was the most expensive car you've ever had or something, or a fancy house you just bought, or those things don't create the memories. It's weird like that. And it sucks that's why people say, I wish I could go back to being young, but with the brain I have now. That's why they say that. Because when I look back, I look at my 20-year-old self, 30-year-old self, 40-year-old self and go, I want to bitch slap you. Because I was so stupid. But it wasn't my fault. I was just being a 20-year-old something, a 30-year-old something, a 40-year-old something. And now I'm just being a 50-year-old something. I'm still probably doing stupid things that maybe a 60-year-old would go, what are you doing? I really don't know. Maybe you should teach me. You're an elder. Teach me. Gotcha. Okay. I'm being a dickhead in this way. Fix it. Okay. Look, I'm a person like that. I'm always a, I was going to say grower, but then if you listen to Shane Dawson, you probably go, ew, please don't say that. But I'm just saying, I am a grower. I love to, because as an autistic, everything I did when my first memories of everything is, no, that's wrong. No, wrong, 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 wrong. When you start to speak, that's wrong, 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 wrong. With everything I did was wrong, wrong, wrong. My executive functioning style, wrong, wrong, wrong. How I would bath or shower or what I'd wear, wrong, wrong, wrong. Can you imagine? By the time I got to 18, I'm like, is there anything I did right? Anyone? Anyone? It's brutal. It's very traumatic. That's why people who can speak who are autistic say, growing up autistic is traumatic, guys. It's traumatic. You still do it in your 20s. Am I doing it right? Am I getting it right? Because, see, you're an adult, you see, so no one's really telling you. Am I getting it right? I don't know here. But then again, you ask your friends because they're just becoming adults. They're like, oh, I don't know. I just become an adult. I don't know. It gets hard. Then you get to your 30s and then they just start. And you're like, hey, how come you know all that? You look like a proper adult. I don't feel like a proper adult. And it's not that you're not a proper adult. It's the autism, right? But it's just. But one thing I do know, because when you're truly facing life and death every day, you do look at the smallest, simplest, funny, endearing memories. Rest of it, just, who cares? Who cares? I mean, I've always been a grounded person anyway. I mean, Sir bought me, my car we got now, that was my little car because he had the Land Cruiser. And I cried when we handed in the other car because of all the memories in it with all of us. He's like, I just bought you a new car. Why are you crying? I said, because, oh no, I want that one back now. He's like, what? He's offended. And not that he's a bad person, but at that stage of his life, he's working his butt off. Okay, because in human development, men work really hard at, around, he would have been just sort of 40 maybe, and I would have been 30 something. And it's like, yeah, you do get like that. You're very serious about your career because you've got responsibilities and you've got kids to raise and get them all the way through. And it's a lot of pressure. And it's like, yeah, but the memories. He's like, yeah, but we got this beautiful new car. She's only a year old. I'm like, yeah, I know, she's gorgeous, but okay, it's the memories, guys. It's the memories. Anyway. Hope that helped for someone. All my bundle of stuff. But I do like having chats with you. I know some don't go for these videos, but these are for the people that do like these videos, because you don't have to watch all of my videos if you're on my channel. They do vary, but I know these ones aren't as liked, and I get that. Some people don't really, it's just who they are, it's personality. Some people don't go deep, some people just stay on the surface of things. It doesn't matter. Everyone's person, there's 16 personality types. It's all good. So anyway, I'm one of the rare ones, but I'm not surprised because I've got the autism, but I'm that IN something, J something, I don't know. It's one of the rare ones, but every time I did it in Cert 3, Cert 4, and at uni. And it's like, really? Again? And it's funny because when I did the Myers-Briggs, for people sometimes use that for interviewing their people. Well, I know a lot about that because of psychology at university, but we of course did it on ourselves to learn it. But yeah, basically, I am working in the field that I'm meant to be working in. So I did choose the right field. So I'm a smart cookie. I think I have a lot of intuition that's strong. Hence the I. Anyway. And the telepathy thing is creepy. But anyway. I don't know how to switch it on and off. I'm doing it without, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway. Look up your personality type. Myers-Briggs is what it is. It can tell you, not personality type, well, it kind of does, but it's more to point about what career you should be in. And then with the 4-letter things of all different, intuitive, judgmental. It doesn't mean judgmental is always, there's good judgments, bad judgments. Look up that stuff. There's 4 letters and there's all these different types of that and combinations of that. You do a questionnaire, find out what you are, learn more about yourself. It's pretty fun and pretty cool. Psychology is fun. And do the Stroop test. That is fun. I did that on friends from TAFE and they were like, are you psychoanalyzing me? And I'm like, no. It's just a simple test to see if you could, I'm not going to give it away. Stroop test. And if you want something to laugh at, look at the elevator experiment. The lift experiment, sorry, when people go up the lift. Or the bell in the waiting room and stuff like that. Look up then if you want to laugh, because they're funny. And you'll realise that we're all human. Very, very human. Bye, guys. Love you all. See you in the next video. Take care.